Alright, hello and welcome back to Ashgabat Cats. Let's play that. Today we're taking a look at Rally Bike. Now this game is actually not randomly chosen. What I did was I looked at a reputable site, and I looked for the most popular games, and I looked for the very first one that I had never actually played before. And so the idea is, like, this game is probably popular, but I've never actually heard of it. So let's give it a shot and see what we've got. And already, we are just moving and grooving to the music. Oh my gosh. So your little helpers, is it me? Or do they kind of, like, shoot off in suicide? Because that seems like not a smart move on their part. So what are the controls now that I think about it? We have a gas gauge. Okay, brake. You can press up to a turbo, I guess. Which is, of course, every bit as dangerous as it is in every other game. Oh, wow. Oh, qualifying is 30. Your rank is not. Oh, cool. And you can even press down to, like, fatigue brake, let's say. Oh my gosh. So this kind of reminds me of some game. Was it Road Blasters? It was something for like Nintendo, Konami. It was also an arcade game. Played it in some sort of Konami arcade classics, I believe. The DS no less. And it kind of followed the same format. Of course, there you were a car, and there you could at least bounce off of the other cars. Here, it's like you touch a bike and you're going out. At least the name entry screen, or okay, at least the barrier to the name entry screen seems to be pretty low. Oh, wow. So all you have to do is make it to the next level, and you can be tops of the charts. And let's see, so that other game I played, like, it had this gas gauge, it had the same format where you were, like, racing to be number one. But, well, it didn't even have music, I think. And you had nowhere near the fine granularity of your speed control. Essentially, it was like outrun style, where you could accelerate, you could brake, and that was it. I almost prefer that simplicity, quite frankly, because here, like, speeding up, slowing down, it kind of messes with you. I also don't like that there's no clear way to approach those guys in front of you. Like, what are you supposed to do? Well, if you're using my strategy, you just kind of sandbag it until you get to the next level, and then you can do whatever you want. But I can definitely see why this would be a popular arcade game. I'm not entirely sure why this was most downloaded, though. Because, I mean, this is over stuff like, well, maybe even Metal Slug. And it's like, if you're downloading this over Metal Slug, well, I don't want to say you have bad taste, but I want to at least say your priorities are slightly out of alignment. You know, I'm beginning to think that there's no stage after this. This is just it. This is the entirety of the experience. And so you just need to make it past level 1. And it's like, that's it. You've won the game. You're a ride bike pro. But just like the other game, you can use other guys behind you for a boost. Plus, the last stage is kind of catchy and almost reminiscent of Outrun's Last Wave. So I mean, okay, I can deal with this. Like, this is probably some kid's Outrun, if you think about it. So let's give it another go. I'm pretty sure I can do a lot better this time. And also, too, the gas thing, like, it gives you no gas throughout the stage, essentially. And you pretty much just lose gas when you die. Which is actually kind of a funny mechanic. Like, in real life, you only lose gas because you drive. But in this game, you lose gas because you crash into stuff. I've not tested in real life what happens to your gas when you crash, but I think it doesn't decrease. Interesting. So I think the gas gauge is just so you can't just sandbag and, like, stay braked behind the guy like this. Okay. Well, I was wondering how do you pass those guys, and I inadvertently found out. Now, next mystery, how does one refuel? You know, arcade games aren't as hard as they appear. Pretty much you just have to figure out what the pattern is. Like, the pattern here seems to be you see a guy, you brake. And like, oh, turbo, not what I needed. It's pretty much you see a guy and you brake. Of course, a lot of arcade games' secret strategies like that basically boil down to don't take it as recklessly as you can. Which, I'll admit that's my first instinct too, but if you want to be an arcade game pro, you've got to learn to slow it down. You also have to learn how to make a lot of money, because these games aren't cheap all the time. I did do better. I didn't do good, but I did do better. It's weird, like this game, there's so much of a difficulty curve, like it's... Oh, did you see that? I inserted a coin, I put in 3 coins. Oh, you can even let go of acceleration for even more fine-tuned control of your speed. Now, I'm wondering if this was in the days before you could just simply have, like, an analog pedal to control your speed, but I mean, this game really wants you to have a feeling like you're in control. And then it throws, like, 3 trees at you, and it's like, you're not in control, pal. You have no control over your fate. Yeah, I do kind of wonder where all those secret gas power-ups... Oh, pretty sure I just saw one hiding under a tree. So in the game, I keep comparing this to, you just pick up like cartons of gas on the ground, which I suppose is not necessarily realistic, but it is satisfying because you just kind of grab one of the gas things. In fact, they're even rainbow colored. They glow rainbow. So, oh, I see. I thought like if I followed him directly he would turn out, but nope, he's too smart for that. We are now in the future. But yeah, that was pretty great. We like picked up some gas and it was like, okay, you see that helicopter just dropped the gas and you just grab the gas and you get more gas? I assumed it would be like that, but nope. We had to do this whole gas tank refilling thing. Huh. How the heck are you supposed to even get that high a rank? Because if I remember from last time, the only reason I had any sort of like half-decent rank was because I got a turbo midway through. But turbo being a random power-up, I don't think you can count on getting it. So maybe gas is not like a resource to be managed, it's the resource to exclusively be conserved. Which is unfortunate. Oh, which is unfortunate because I just missed one. Wow, this game is really tough. Like, there's just so many things it's throwing at you. Like, the racers need to be outsmarted, your speed has to be managed, you've got 1,001 obstacles. And it's essentially only through, like, superior play can you be expected to advance. Goal in. Didn't qualify. Sorry you failed. Well, that's the story of my life. Oh my god, that guy is so sad. Well, I guess that's me, so I shouldn't be laughing, but... rank is 48. But that's not so much higher than 30. Look at that high score ranking list. Nobody's beaten 30. Nobody's even qualified. I love how this game, like... its difficulty curve is just so smooth. It's like each time you do a little better, you look at the high scores, it's like, oh, nobody's qualified. It's actually a really hard game. And I mean, it's sort of a hard game, but I can tell right away it's not actually that hard of a game. Never mind, guys. This is the most difficult game of all time. Now, I remember those trash cans way back there. I kind of wonder if you die if you crash into them. Obviously, I would prefer not to test out this theory, but as you know, sometimes life is a way of making you crash into trash cans. You can quote me on that one, by the way. I don't know what the points do, but they do make me feel better. Yeah, climb up on that high score list. Can't beat the game, but at least I can beat all the other imaginary names on the high score list. well, I guess it's not such a spurious thought, because that's essentially how a lot of arcade games worked. Of course, usually those games are even more imaginary, like Alfred Samuel Sebastian. Have you heard of him? He did a arcade tour back in the 70s, and he just put his name everywhere. Wow. So I ignored that gas station, thinking that I could sacrifice it for higher rankings, and it turns out that was a fatal mistake. Because, well, especially if you think of it in terms of game time per quarter. Because if you don't stop at that, then you don't even make it to the end. And, like, you just get to see the end from afar. But if you do stop, I mean, you see your rank slowly decline, but you can still make it. Speaking of things slowly declining, our score is on the way out. Well, it's actually not a bad score. Now, I kind of wonder if there's a timer that automatically inputs the last letter. Because this was, what, 88? So, I mean, they may not have quite figured out that you could steal quarters like that. Now, granted, you're not really stopping anything because the next guy's going to just kind of pop in and plug in his quarter. I actually kind of really like this screen. You know, this is almost better than Outrun's screen. Oh, so there was a timer. They don't let you see it, but there's definitely a timer. It's actually almost a little better than Outrun's game end screen. Now, obviously, the Outrun song, Last Wave, cannot be beaten. Unbeatable. Invincible. The Superman of songs. But that like, kind of parallax scrolling, bike driving through, it's kind of nice. I mean, I get that Outrun's going for, like, the total chill out, but that's kind of like it kind of energizes you. It's like, hey, let's play more. Speaking of playing more, why is there no sort of intro screen? This is actually kind of boring. Well, that was Rally Bike. So, I mean, it was top of the main download charts for a reason, and we found out that reason. Nice job, Taito. Alright, on that note, this cat's got a scat.